Hello and welcome to the Calisthenics YouTube channel. My name is Dennis and today we will look at a case study. Today we will look at the journey that one of our first clients, Robin, took with us, which went over 9 months and led him from an advanced tuck front lever to a full front lever. This is the second video of this series. If you have missed the first one, where we explain what a case study is and we look at Patrick's journey, who went from no planche to a full planche and put on 15 kg of muscle mass in the process, click the link somewhere here. So first of all, let's look at Robin. Robin is 31 years old. He weighs around 89 kg to 92 kg and is 189. Prior to starting his journey with us, Robin had been doing calisthenics for about 2 years. Before that, he lived a pretty athletic life. He did a lot of sports, among them climbing, which led to a pretty good pulling strength to start with. When he came to us, his goals were, first of all, learning a full front lever, learning the handstand push-up, improving his 1RM in pull-ups, and achieving 1 or more 1-arm pull-ups. So before I go on, I would like to remind you, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, maybe hit that subscribe button or leave a like or a comment if you enjoy these kinds of videos. They take a lot of time and work, and your love is greatly appreciated. In order to correctly set a path for the front lever for our clients, we need 3 things. First of all, the client's strength in the front lever. Secondly, his strength in the dragon flag. And third, we want to look what his general strength, especially in pulling, is. As for the front lever, we started with an advanced tuck front lever. As you can see from this video, which is from his first week in his first mesocycle, his advanced tuck front lever is pretty solid. His core strength is here. His scapulas are a tiny bit too retracted and depressed, but they're pretty strong. What you can notice is that he is not completely parallel to the ground, and especially in the beginning of the movement, his hips are a tiny bit too high, making this exercise way easier. If we look at the dragon flag, this was his starting point. Robin could already perform 2 pretty decent reps in the dragon flag, but as you can notice from this video, he lacks some strength. When he tries to go up in the concentric phase, his hips pike a tiny bit, making it easier. But why are we interested in the dragon flag, you might ask? The front lever, for the most part, requires back muscles. Well, at the same time, especially in its full form, it requires certain activations of the core, a decent abdomen strength, and certain activations in the pelvis that we need to understand. We use the dragon flag for that reason. The dragon flags allows us to get stronger in the core and at the same time understand the right activations of the pelvis, which will allow us to implement them in the front lever easier. If you're missing strength in the dragon flag, it's very difficult to progress in the front lever in the classical propedeutics, because you need to work on more things at the same time. So we would advise, if your dragon flag isn't strong enough, firstly focus on getting that one stronger before progressing on the front lever. Finally, regarding the general strength in pulling exercises, we went with pull-ups. Why did we choose pull-ups over other exercises? Well, Robin was interested in improving his 1RM, and at the same time, he wanted to reach the 1-arm pull-up. So we made this test where he managed to pull 40 kg for 4 reps. As you can see, he does compensate a tiny bit by moving his legs, and his left shoulder blades tends to elevate a tiny bit. We will work and fix that problem over his coaching journey, but that is not our concern today. What other exercises could we have chosen? After a couple of months of giving technical feedbacks and improving Robin's form and simply increasing the amount of sets, this was the result. As you can see from the video, Robin can hold a 10 seconds one leg advanced tuck front lever now, with pretty good form. While he does lose his pelvis a tiny bit towards the end of the movement and his foot is just a tiny bit too high, this is a pretty great result for 2 months of work. The body now is parallel to the ground and his leg is exactly 90 degrees towards the torso. This wouldn't be a mistake if it wasn't like that, but it helps us parameterize the exercise very well. At the same time, we definitely pushed his dragon flag work. He went from 2 not so good reps to 4 perfectly executed reps, as you can see from this video. For the duration of his front lever journey, the front lever was trained 3 times a week. We had 2 pretty hard sessions and 1 very light session. On the 2 heavy sessions, we did set progressions on the propedeutics, adding sets or seconds depending on the mesocycle. On the light day, which was in the middle of the week, we actually kept a set amount of sets and had very easy technical work, which usually was dynamic, to maintain technique and learn the movement over the whole range of motion. Here in this video, we can see the exercise that we used for Robin in his first mesocycle on the light day. He had to perform 2 repetitions of 1 leg advanced tuck front lever raises with 1 second of hold at the top. Finished the first macro cycle. Since the 1 leg front lever had become very solid, we decided to introduce a more difficult propedeutic. We started training the 1 leg on ankle front lever. The 1 leg on ankle front lever is part of the 1 leg propedeutics and does require a big amount of strength. This variation, even if the athlete sometimes has enough strength to hold it, it can feel technically uncomfortable. In this case, you have to implement or choose another exercises to keep progressing on the front lever. As you can see from this video, Robin on the other hand had no problem executing it. At the same time, during his second macro cycle, on the light day, we introduced the Halflay front lever raise. This choice had 2 big advantages. On one side, we managed to vary the work from the macro cycle before, keeping it interesting for the athlete. At the same time, if we wanted to introduce the Halflay front lever in further macro cycles, he already knew how to execute it and how it felt and how to activate it correctly. The Halflay front lever is a very special propedeutic. It requires a good mobility at the level of the rectus femoris, which is not needed for the full front lever, but strength-wise, it is pretty similar to the 1 leg on ankle front lever. The mobility required in the Halflay full front lever is one of the reasons why many athletes, even if they're strong enough, struggle with progressing or implementing it in the training. As you can see from this video, Robin had a hard time too the first few times he tried it. But through the right feedback, in just a few weeks, he cleaned up his Halflay full front lever, as you can see in this video here. For the rest of the macro cycle, we continued to add seconds to Robin's 1 leg on ankle front lever. This allowed him to get stronger and stronger. Completed the second macro cycle, which was composed by 3 mesocycles, so 6 months in total, consisting of 4 weeks of loading and 1 week of deloading. Usually, this is where we got. Here in this video we can see that we moved on to the Halflay full front lever. Although in theory we could have continued working with the 1 leg on ankle front lever, we decided that some variation was needed. The Halflay full front lever and the one leg on ankle front lever are very similar in terms of strength. So we could put in this variation without having to fear to lose gains. In this video, you can see one of the countless series performed during his training sessions. In this video, you can also see how all the technical feedbacks he got made his activations and line in the pelvis especially very intuitive and very clean. In this macro cycle, in the light session, we introduced the advanced tuck front lever pull-ups. Why did we do this? Well, at this point, Robin didn't have to improve much technically. He had understood the right activations of the shoulder blades and the pelvis, and now was ready for some new and fun variations. This was done with the idea that Robin could start learning front lever pull-ups in the future. Finally, during the deload between the second and the third macro cycle, since his Halflay full front lever holds were very solid and pretty long, we decided to try out the first full front lever. This is the result. If our athletes can hold the full front lever from 3 to 4 seconds at this point, we can think about incorporating them into our training plan. However, this is not a must and not always the best choice. So be very careful if you integrate the front lever in the training at this point. Wait a tiny bit to build up more margin. On the side, even though we can't really quantify how much this really helped to obtain Robin's full front lever, we can see that he got very strong and improved a lot on weighted pull-ups at the same time. We kept increasing his weight in weighted pull-ups, reaching a 4x2 x 72.5 kg in his training. This led to very beautiful one-arm pull-ups very quickly. We hope you enjoyed this video. As always with these videos, we hope to make you understand that every training path is different and needs different methods and has different timings. And that the most important thing is always individuality and customization. Watching hundreds of tutorials on YouTube where the progress seems always super linear and easy, reaching one step and just going to the next won't help you get better. The truth is that every individual is different and needs a different kind of training. Therefore, just buying pre-printed cards or following the routines of the influencer or athlete at the moment can lead to big disappointment and no progress and injuries. If you have any more questions, just write them down in the comments. If you liked this video, just a quick reminder, if you aren't subscribed yet, just hit that subscribe button so you can see more stuff like this. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't, dislike it and tell us why. I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you and have a great day.